Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of June 21st through the 27th. And during that time, we do have the solstice, and that's on the 21st. So if there's a way for you to go out and celebrate with others or, find a place where the sunrise or sunset is special on that day, I encourage you to do that. That can be a lot of fun. We do have the first quarter moon that comes in on the 23rd. And the first quarter can be a little bit like a new moon where you feel a full moon where you feel impulsive and impatient, where your mind's a little bit active. So keep that in mind. You may want to use that as a way to learn to control and dominate your impulses, or you might just want to take it a little easier that day. We then have the waxing gibbous energy for the rest of the week, and that is a time of deeper understanding, a time for us to, of course, work on those things that we started during the new moon, but show that we can be flexible and make adjustments. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Aquarius. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is to step out of your comfort zone, which I just had for the Capricorn reading. So, if you're a cross watcher and you have a Capricorn in your life, you may want to check out their reading as well. All right, as I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder this week is that you keep a spiritual journal. So, oftentimes we just forget things that we're learning when it comes to our spiritual life or experiences that we're having. This could be a place where you're jotting down dreams or synchronicities or like a lecture that you heard and what you got out of it, or experiences that you're having, so jotting those things down, it can be handy to come back later and be able to look back and say, oh, that's when I learned that. And I've applied this to my life and look how much change that's made. Or I learned this and I totally forgot to apply that thing. So whatever the case may be, or I had this dream and it ended up being a premonition. That's always very interesting as well. So all right, Aquarius. So yeah, keep a spiritual journal. That's my fun weekly reminder. Let's get into this reading. We've got June 21st through the 27th. Step out of your comfort zone. Your overall present energy right now is the Queen of Swords. So if your comfort zone isn't about speaking up and saying what's on your mind, then maybe that's something you need to do this week, because the Queen of Swords would have no problem with that. She can be very concise and again say exactly what's on her mind there, but she's also very tolerant and understanding. It's usually someone who knows what they're doing. They're influential, so you kind of do want to listen to what they're saying. So if you're embodying that energy this week, go ahead and speak up and say what's on your mind. Your current situation right now is that you're feeling pretty good here with the 10 of Cups, so just kind of happy in general. Life's going well for you, and so you probably will speak up, and that's okay. That's a good thing. At the root of your situation is the Hierophant. So this is about seeking out some guidance, typically in the spiritual realm. So that might be why you're at a tarot reading right now, why you're listening to tarot readings. So, ask yourself, what is it that you are seeking out? And let the universe kind of show you the way. That's usually what happens there, is books start falling into your lap. Again, maybe you found a tarot reading and other readings might show up, and there just starts to be information that you need in front of you when you start seeking out guidance. This could also just be in a more traditional way as well. Some of you may attend a church service if you don't normally do that, or go participate in some sort of spiritual ritual. So whatever that is for you, good luck, and I hope you get out there and seek, and find whatever it is you're looking for. In your recent past here is the Eight of Swords. So recently you've had something that you kind of had to think your way out of, but it looks like you did, and you're happy, all the happier for it. So that's good. But you're kind of looking back on that, or maybe still feeling that energy a little bit, or remembering what that was you were going through. What is on your mind this week is the Nine of Wands there. So you're definitely also kind of looking back at that. And that's what I'm saying. You're coming into that energy. You might still be reflecting on it a little bit and maybe questioning, did I make the right decision? Or, and even further back than just this one thing, are there other things back there that you're just kind of doing an evaluation? Like, am I on the right path here? It could be that if there's some stepping out of your comfort zone that needs to be done, you might be at some sort of decision point, and that's why you're kind of looking back and doing an evaluation, like, how would I have handled this before. Maybe you're a new person now and you're thinking, I would have handled it this way, but now I might do that a little bit differently. So, what is just ahead of you this week is the Chariot card. So, yeah, if you're at the Chariot is about gathering information to make a decision. So, that totally goes in line with looking back on things, decisions you've made in the past, paying attention to this very recent one, but also even further back than that. And again, and you're gathering the information to make a pretty big decision typically when we're talking about the Chariot card. And that could be in any area of your life. This could be in your relationship, this could be in your career, your personal life, your friend life. But whatever it is, it's usually that you're gathering information before you make some sort of move, right? I call that the pack in the minivan before the trip card. So kind of packing information in there. It looks like you're seeking information, seeking guidance here, and also just thinking back. So, and you're happy about it. It's not, I don't feel like there's any stress about it, but it's just what you're doing at the time. In your advice position here is the Knight of Cups. So the advice would be to move forward kind of with an open heart, with open emotion, be open to whatever is coming through to you in the way of cups and emotion, that sort of thing. So that's the advice, is to just move forward in that manner, take action in that way, make sure you're letting people around you know how you feel. Be open as you can with that. And even if it's in some way, if you're writing a card or a gift for a friend or something, but just showing people that you do love them and care about them. All right, what's beyond your control this week is the Page of Cups. So definitely a little sense of humor. That's our page is definitely our joker of the deck here. And that's a great way that's something great to have beyond your control, is that you're in a happy mood. Again, you're maybe making some changes, but you're very light about it. You're very, very lighthearted and having fun with it. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Well, I hope this is your secret desire, because the World card is about perfect balance. It's about harmony. It's about unity. It's about just the world is your oyster, and what do you want, and go get it, right? It's about things that are um, coming to fruition. It's about fulfillment. So hopefully that is your secret desire. I don't know if anyone's really trying to avoid a card like this, because it's like it's your dreams coming true. It's just things that are happening. It's the end of the journey for the Fool card, as he's going through the major arcana. This is the very last card. And so it's kind of the wrapping up of things. And again, making maybe decisions about the next step that you're about to take. In your outcome position here, Eight of Pentacles. So the outcome is to buckle down and work hard, and that's okay. I always call this the be in the moment card, the work on something that's enjoyable to you. If we yelled this guy's name right now, I think it would take several yells for him to even look up, because he's just so into what he's doing. Have you ever been like that, where you're so like the world melts away, you're working on something so hard that you don't even know that there's people talking around you. So that's at the end of the reading here for you. So work at those things, and work at those things that you enjoy working on. And again, stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit might put you in to a place where you can do that, where you can focus, and it's the fun kind of focus, right? All right, what's hidden from you at the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. So we're not really looking too far into the future for these changes. So these could be changes that might affect the next few months of your life, more than big old years. This is definitely a card of like a generational situation. So you're not really thinking that far into the future, but far enough that you may want to make some change, again, that might affect the next few months of your life. All right, let's get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Aquarius. And the card for you is to be decisive. That first card you had here, this Queen of Swords there, she's decisive. And that is kind of your energy, is to speak up, say what's on your mind, be decisive, make decisions. Don't be wishy-washy about it. If you want a thing, go for it. So I do love that advice. And that was really your overall energy, is to be decisive. Make a decision and go for it. All right, let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for Aquarius, and the card that's trying to pop out here for you is the card called Truth. Truth is different at different levels of consciousness, reserve, judgment. So Isn't that true? It really is. Truth is different. What's true for you may not be for someone else, only because their experience is a little bit different from yours. So take that into mind and take it to heart for whatever you are working on this week. Again, step out of your comfort zone, but be decisive. And maybe being that decisive is a little bit out of your comfort zone, Aquarius. So make sure that you're doing that. Go ahead and make some hard decisions and decide on things that you want and be very clear and very vocal about it. So Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know. Or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you as well. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe really helps my channel. I appreciate that so, so much. So thanks so much in advance for doing that. Good luck with this, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.